Hello, hello, hello. This is really very zoomed in. And I don't know how to make it stop being this zoomed in. So I am a huge nerd. You may have noticed by the sheer amount of random nerd things, especially if you follow my DeviantArt and Instagram and all the other fun junk. I am on every social media platform known to man, and if you came from any of those, you would know that I absolutely love Pokemon. I found him today. He's a little Cosmog. He's got a little butt. I am a child. How can I do the thing where I incorporate opening Pokemon cards, which is a thing that I thoroughly enjoy doing, because I have no idea how to play the Pokemon TCG. I used to, way back when. But when I say way back when, I mean back when the Wizard of the Coast was taking care of all of the things. In fact, I don't own that many newer Pokemon cards, come to think of it. Most of the newer sets I don't have that much. So, I basically stopped having the means to collect much around the time of the Hoenn region? Somewhere in there? So I am several generations behind. I have all of the games, but not that many of the cards. Anyway, I thought, wouldn't it be great if I opened just so many Pokemon cards? Just so many Pokemon cards. Just so many Pokemon cards. Do that. And apparently this is how I'm speaking today, because that's just the voice that my brain has chosen. I would love to have an explanation for this, but I don't. So, the reason that this camera is so ridiculously zoomed in for no good reason is because this is supposed to be my art camera. This is supposed to be the camera. What is looking at my desk, at the thing that I am making, it's supposed to be looking down there. And then you're supposed to be seeing the thing that I'm making. Today, however, you're going to be seeing the ridiculous bullshit that I pull out of the Pokemon cards. Which means I'm not going to be moving my keyboard, because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And I don't feel like doing that, because that sounds like a lot of work for something that I feel like you should expect being in the background of a desk shot. So I'm gonna just leave that there. And you can deal with the fact that there's random glowing in the background. I'm sure it's fine. Right. We're going to do the thing. Because I'm going to continue buying Pokemon cards anyways. So, I may as well show you about it too. And here's another fun thing. If enough of you people ask, I could show you all of my old well, I'm not going to show you all of my old Pokemon cards. I have far too many old Pokemon cards. I don't think you understand. I have a problem. It's that I've been a nerd for a very long time. The fun thing is we get to blame my grandparents for that one. Anyways, to the opening, hopefully. Right. I feel like it's only correct to start with doodly-doo. Boy, this is so zoomed in, and I have no idea how to fix it. Fun fact. I am shite at technology. Yeah, right. Doodly-doo. So y'all know I'm not fudging things. It's a closed pack. Is a closed pack. One of these times I'm going to figure out where the hell the lens is on the camera. It might not be today. We'll see. Snip, snip. Yep, that's gone forever now. Nope, there it is. I see it. Alright. A doodly-doo. Now, these are the newest ones. I know a lot of people give out the code cards. I'm not going to, because my boyfriend plays the online TCG. And I like to give them to him, because that's what I do. I think with Scarlet and Violet, it is one from the back. I'm not 100% sure on that. So we'll see. Yes, it is. Alright. Everything is upside down. Lovely. Let's see if I can fix that in any way. Nope. Alright. Well, hopefully, in post, when they do the editing of the thing, they could just kind of... I mean, they could do it like this, but then I can't see what I'm getting very well. Focus. Thank you. Energy. Now, I'm going to warn you. I do have a weakness for... I see shiny things. I do have a weakness for generally dark types and ghost types and dragon types and poison types. So, oh boy, it's weirdly fuzzy for no good reason. This was supposed to be my better camera. And now I know that that's a lie. But you can, in fact, make out what it is I'm getting, sort of. Quaxley, you're very shiny and you're throwing off the camera. How dare you? Shinx. And you're hollow. So, for those of you who don't know, you are in this, in the Scarlet and Violet, I believe, you are guaranteed a hollow, and I think you're supposed to get 2 reverses consistently now. I think they've now settled on the fact that you're going to be getting 2 of each, or 2 reverse hollows and 2 brain froze. I think Scarlet and Violet decided that you're guaranteed to get 2 reverse hollows and 2 and a hollow. But I think they set it up so if you get anything better than a hollow, it takes the place of one of the reverses. Is Tinkaton. It's a little gremlin fairy. I love her. We love her. Buggy Bug, or well, no, Shrew. Why is this camera so fuzzy? I don't understand. The annoying thing is it didn't look nearly this fuzzy on my face. So, like, I don't understand. I do like this little thing. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I do like it. Ah, yes. The grass ghost. I'm gonna put that over there. So I'm going to hopefully COVID night. I'm going to hopefully do the thing where why? Eh, that's why. I'm a dum-dum. Forgot that the light's coming from that direction. So that's you. Yes. My boyfriend's gonna love this one. He loves elephants. Elephants are his favorite thing. Not his favorite thing. I'm his favorite thing. At least I think I am. I like to believe that I'm his favorite thing. But elephants are very close. So, what I'm going to try to do... First, I'm going to try to get out of that accent. I'm going to fail miserably, but I am going to try. I cannot get out of that accent. I apologize if you find this annoying. I also find it annoying, so you're not alone. My brain just decides, hey, we're going to talk in this stupid accent for a while. And I'm just stuck in it, and I don't know how to get out. Alright, I opened up the 3-pack next. Here's a very, very shiny coin. It's a Farfetch'd. It's upside down. Is it upside down? Listen, I don't know what's going on. Oh boy. Look at that glare. So the 3-pack came with this lovely Weavile. This lovely, lovely Weavile that you can almost read the name of if this camera weren't so shite. So, you know, I'm not doing the fudging. So, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, right. This is a sword and shield, right? Yes, sword and shield is 3 from the back. 1, a 2, a 3. Flirp. Did I do that right? Suppose we're going to find out. So, yeah, having that extra light did help. Good to know. Oh, it's a baby. So, baby. Yes. Thank you, cards, for giving me an excuse to draw my favorite Pokemon. And we got a twofer. Even better. I love this. Apparently it's 4 from the back. Noted. So Gengar is in fact my favorite Pokemon. I know, how Gen 1 of me. But, one, I did warn you that I was unable to follow the Pokemon as well as I would like to have after about the Hoenn region. 2, right. 2, I actually have a reason other than, well, he's cool for loving Gengar. I misdid that wrong. So, I guess I can tell that story while I'm doing Pokemon cards. 1, 2, a 3, a 4. I mean, what a better time to tell that story than when I'm doing Pokemon cards. So, when I was a little lass. I don't know why I'm still speaking like this. When I was a little girl, and I do mean very little, I was like 6, 7, somewhere in there. Baby. When I was a little girl, I had, oh my god, we are getting weirdly very lucky. What the hell? I haven't opened any Pokemon cards in like several months. And this keeps happening. Alright, well. I'm not mad at this. Maybe eventually I'll figure out how to get through the story. It might be a while. So, when I was little, my grandparents are actually the ones that got me into Pokemon, strangely enough, right? So, my grandmother on my mother's side had several of the VHSs, because she would just buy them at garage sales. And on my dad's side, she had a Game Boy and a Game Boy Color, and both Pokemon Red and Blue. It's the goodest of boys. So, he might be also one of the goodest of boys. So, Water Dog. Baby. So, when she was doing the game, she got stuck in both Red and Blue at Sabrina's gym. And naturally, ew, that's satisfying. It didn't quite go all the way down though. Rude. So naturally, the time that she got stuck on those, I'm gonna have to clean that. It's going to bother me if I don't. Was around the time that I had acquired, for those of you who don't know how the Pokeball works, there you are. I had just recently acquired the Pokemon episode in which it says, yes, you can in fact beat Ghost. You can in fact beat Psychic types with Ghost types, which is definitely not true in the first generations of games. They forgot to program that in. In fact, in the first generations of games, Psychic types are good against Ghost types and they're super effective. That didn't stop me, however, because the anime said, well, naturally, you can in fact do the thing. Here's the stickies. I love stickies. I'm going to be keeping the stickies. They might end up somewhere in my background somewhere. So she had just gotten stuck on Sabrina in both Red and Blue. And I had just seen this episode in which they said, well, you can find and get rid of ghosts. Or you can use ghosts to get rid of psychics. And naturally, since I'd had no idea how the game worked and that wasn't programmed into the game, I knew where to get to the ghost types thanks to the anime episode. Pokemon Go is Sword and Shield era, I think. So we're going to go 4 from the back. Right. And Mooney. Keep getting distracted from my story because I have the ADHD. Yes. Long story short, Gengar was in fact my very first Pokemon, and Sabrina was my first gym, which is not a thing most people get to say, because I got to, my grandmother made sure that I got to spend the night that night. And she had, oh my gosh, what the absolute hell is my luck right now? My very first opening for YouTubes, my very first time coming up with this idea, and RNGesus is like, yes, we will bless you with the poles. Arceus has decided that I get to have all of the poles. I'm okay with this, but I'm confused by it by like a lot. It's unfortunate that I'm not that big of a fan of slacking. And I really like Lunatone for no good reason. There's a good reason, but it doesn't have anything to do with the Pokemon fandom. And those of you who got the reference, when I almost forgot to show me cutting this off so that you know I'm not cheating. Yes. So, I was telling a story And then my brain was like, what if you completely forgot what you were talking about? Like a lunatic. Yeah, right, so. Anyway. Loading. Right. So. Yes. Gengar was my first Pokemon because I got to spend the entire weekend at my grandma's house catching a Ghastly, leveling it up as high as I was allowed to, but just below the point so it would still listen in the other game. So that when the Haunter got traded over to being in the... Oh, that's not in frame. Oh, I'm sorry. I got distracted. I was looking at the cards and not at the recording. That's on me. Tyranitar? That's neat. I do appreciate holos, but that's because the generation of cards that I mostly grew up in, the holos were fewer and far between because that was the highest you could get. So, anyway, I keep trying to tell this story and failing miserably. I would apologize, but this is just going to keep happening. It's just how this works. Yes. So, I leveled up the Haunter as high as I could, so that when we traded it to her other game, it would still listen to her. And that is how Gengar was my first Pokemon, and Sabrina was in fact my first gym leader that I ever got to beat by myself. Because you had best believe that I 100% believed that my ghost type was beating her psychic types. And because I over-leveled it so much, I did in fact win with very little effort. Because of my intense stubbornness of being like, no, I must defeat the psychics with the ghost. The anime said that I was supposed to do that. We're on the last set of cards now because I lost complete track of time. Because I'm bad at things. Open, says me. How dare you? How dare all of you? Right. Tin. I've always liked Pokemon tins. I have quite a few of them, actually, from the older ones. I have quite a few of the older tins. I mean, they're not in the greatest shape because they were given to a child, but I do have quite a few of them. Look at this Articuno. Galarian Articuno is my favorite of the Galarian Burbs. Again, we've discussed this already. But also I kind of just love his vibes. I love the mysterious vibes that he gives. Why did I put the other cards away? Probably because I'm stupid. Alright, well... You're going to get used to the self-deprecation, I promise. I'm allowed to talk mean about myself because I know that I'm joking. Usually. You're not allowed to talk bad about myself. Because I have sharp, pointy things. And I know how to use them. I would love it if my brain would stop with the trying to make my tiny desk clean. These are Crown Zenith packs, which means it should be 4 from the back. Oh good, I got one of these useless V-Star car marker things. Lovely. Goodly. Yep, that's nice. Ultra Ball. I am in frame, right? Right, Ultra Ball. Girafferic. Bean Gorgon. I keep leaving frame because this is weirdly farther away from my body than it looks like it should be in my eyes. So there's that. It be Doof Doof. Or as we like to call him, God. Anyway. But Beryl is very neat and Zarude. Zarude. I do really love these half-art things. I also feel like one of the few people who generally enjoyed the break cards when they existed. Like, I genuinely enjoyed the break cards when they existed. I wish that Pokemon would stop, like, doing things for short times and then just stopping doing them. It's mildly obnoxious. Bop. I cannot believe how good my luck has been today, though. Maybe it's because the universe was like, you haven't opened Pokemon cards in a while, and you're going to be making videos on the internet, so we're going to give you luck, because you're going to need it. I feel like that might be it. Like, you good luck, because you're going to need it. This is a sad universe. I do have a weird fondness for this little shit. Mostly because I think he looks like a little shit. Also, I really love aquarium things. I mean, if you've been following around, you've been seeing all of the videos at the aquarium and junk. So, like, he's a kitty. What the absolute shit did I just pull? A Radiant Charizard. What the hell? What? Excuse me? That is a shiny Charizard. That... the camera doesn't like to focus on things, and neither does the light like to do the things. But that is a Radiant Charizard. I'm probably going to end up switching to the other camera when I switch to the face cam to do the thing where I show you the cards. Don't know how well OBS is going to do with that. So we're going to find out. That is a Radiant Charizard. What the absolute hell is going on? Oh, and a Sizzle. I do like Sizzle. But you've got upstaged by a Charizard, sir. This is literally, like... So, I think I've only opened a total of 4 Crown Zenith packs before this. Other than the one that you just saw me do before that one. What the absolute hell is my luck right now? You may be wondering why it's taking me... I forgot to show you me cutting, but this is the little doodly-doo, and there's the doodly-doo. You may be wondering, why is it taking me a little bit on the side to do things? It's because I like to put the cards back in the booster packs when I don't have binders set up for them yet, so that I know what thing they belong to. So because I don't have that many of the newer cards, a lot of them are in the booster packs still, to keep the cards safe, until I get enough money to buy a ridiculous amount of the card duality page things that because those are weirdly expensive for no good reason. So, until I get the ability to get just so many of those, I keep them in the booster packs so that I know, 1, what series they belong to, and 2, so that I know where... Well, 1, what series they belong to, and 2, so that I know that they are safe. This is one of my favorite Pikachu clones. But I do have a sweet spot for Sugar Gliders, because I had family members that had them growing up. So there's that. Sugar gliders, flying squirrels, they're very similar. Isafini. Yum. I like Yanmega too, but I like bugs. You'll swear. This time I'm going to show me doing this. Funny, the time that I forget to show doing that is the time that I got nothing. But, you know. Like, nah, we don't know. Absolutely not. Anyway. Rude. That's also why I prefer cutting off the tops instead of trying to argue with getting them to come off. So that I know that the pack is safe. And I can continue using it. Right. I'm getting so many Luxios. And so many of whatever the hell that thing is. It's a vacuum. What? What? Is that a vacuum? I assume that's a vacuum. Yes. Why is there a vacuum? I have so many questions. I have so many of these in Pokemon Go. He's a tiny baby. Burp. Burp. Scyther. Emolga. Ma'am, you signed the card. Why did... What? Excuse me. Maybe I should not have pulled away at that point to be confused by the fact that the card is signed by... It doesn't even look like it's signed by the person in the card. And now there's a dragon. Excuse me. What the absolute hell? I cannot believe my luck right now, actually. What the absolute hell is going on? Alright, you watched me do that. Aren't we going to get any last pack magic? Someone's going to complain that I stole that from some YouTuber. Because pretty much every Pokemon YouTuber that opens Pokemon cards says something like last pack magic or whatever. Alright, let's see how this goes. Gloom. Pokeball. Hey, I just got one of those. Shoes. Oh my god, shoes. Youngers. Cherries. Starly. Switch. That was a prime time to just put a switch screen. But you know, whatever. Eggs. I actually really like him too. Like, more than most people seem to like him, I actually kind of really like him. But again, weird. I'm a strange one. And a Zeraora. AKA Zappy Furry Bait. Right. I never did get the other camera working. I also never did film a proper outro to this because it was supposed to be part of a completely different thing that ended up getting scrapped. So, toodaloo.